everybody. I'm Zachary Ryan, and this is Asaph Adonai's
Thank you, yeah.
show. But I am guest hosting.
Yeah. So you're guest hosting, and we're on
He's
this.
so used to talking, so he's just gonna keep.
No, yeah. We're
out.
on the set
Well,
of Paradise Alley, the 1978 Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yes, and it's a very good show. It's my favorite movie, one of them, if not the favorite. But since Men in Black 1, 2, and 3 came out, and Cirque du Freak, and all these other ones, who knows? But anyway, in this movie here, this guy, Frank the Thumper, he's a wrestler. He's, if I can point to him, he's anyway, he's a guy with his arms up like that. And this is a movie about Sylvester Stallone and his two brothers. One's his little brother, but he's really big.
Right.
And the other one is, he's a coroner. But anyway, the big brother, he hauls ice. This is back when you had to haul ice.
Yeah.
And he had the ice clamps.
Okay.
And he would get the ice and he would throw it behind his back. And he had like a leather deal on his back hanging down so he wouldn't get all wet.
Okay.
And anyway, Sylvester Stallone, he went to one of those speakeasies.
Okay.
Remember those speakeasies that had those little slots?
Yeah.
Okay, so he figured out how to get in this speakeasy.
Okay.
So, he goes up there and they say, what's the secret code? And he's like, Joe Gambino, the Hitman Squid, or whatever the hell he said.
Yeah.
Right? And so these gangsters, well, back then they were just businessmen, they let him in the place. Well, the place was like a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a big ring in it, for fighting, wrestling.
Yeah.
And it had these bleachers, like maybe about 10, 15,
Okay.
going up.
Yeah.
And so he's in there, and there's this guy named Old Glory. He's not in this video, this picture too.
Mm-hmm.
But so he goes and tells his brother that there's this place.
Okay.
And he gets him to come with him. No, he told his other brother that he's in danger.
Oh.
So
Okay.
his big brother comes to save him.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason it was is because he wanted to show his brothers, at least his little big brother, about he could whoop this guy that's in the ring, and if he stayed in there one round, he got a $100 bill.
Yeah, and it was a lot of money in that time period.
It's hard to think that they would give away $100 back then.
Yeah.
But anyway, to make it simple for the movie, it was $100, I think.
Okay.
And so his little big brother goes ahead and just does it. He gets into the ring with Old Glory. And so he wins. He wins the fight. So then Sylvester Stallone, he's thinking maybe we can make some extra money.
By doing it more often?
Yeah, by betting on our little brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? So he gets his other brother involved, and it's like his other brother, the corner guy, he becomes the manager.
Right.
And he's doing all the betting. And he's getting the wrestlers to come in from all over to fight this guy, because he's at the top of the heap now. He beat Old Glory, right? So all these wrestlers are coming to make some money off of this guy. So he keeps winning and winning and winning. He never loses. He doesn't have any problem with winning.
Okay.
He's just a naturally big guy.
Right.
Huge, and he's just naturally strong from carrying all that ice all his, life. From whenever you could carry a big gigantic block of ice.
Right.
So anyway, towards the end of the show, they go, okay, because they're trying to get out of what's called Devil's Kitchen.
Okay.
That's where they live, and because they're trying to get out of there and go to somewhere, like it's more up class, upstate, And finally, at the end, he wins all the money. And they're all happy, and they're jumping up and down, and that's, fade to black, and that's the end of the show.
Okay.
But it was a really good show.
So is that your favorite film? Is your favorite movie?
Yes, I think it's probably my favorite movie. The reason I think it is because when Sylvester Stallone did this movie, he did so many different effects in the movie. Like, for instance, he sings in the movie. He sings Too Close to Paradise.
Yeah, I heard that clip that you played for me last week, if I recall.
You found it, I think.
Yeah.
And I told you, that's it. And he sings that for the movie.
Right.
He doesn't sing it like in a bar or anything. There is a piano guy, Tom Waite, plays the piano guy.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, all playing a handicap guy, yes, and he's
But
really
yeah.
good, smoking those cigarettes while he's playing. Remember back in the day when you could smoke in buildings?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Sylvester Stallone sings the theme song, and this is what starts the whole movie. Because him and these gangsters, all these guys are gangsters. The guy behind a Rat, this is Rat right here.
Okay.
That I got my hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Right behind him is this little short guy, and he's the head gangster. And he's getting Sylvester Stallone and the Rat to race across those buildings and jump from building to building, and whoever wins the money, and it's at the end of the race.
Right.
So they go, and then it starts out in slow motion, and Sylvester Stallone singing "Too Close to Paradise," and while they're going over these buildings in slow motion.
Yeah.
And it's like they go from like reality to fantasy. Like this guy Rat finally falls off of the building, one of them, and he's hanging on one of those clotheslines, way the hell down there, like it couldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And Sylvester Stallone's looking down there, and Rat's going, "I'll get you, Cosmo." Cosmo, that was his name. Cosmo. Isn't that weird? That's a cool name. I think it was Cosmo, the character that Sylvester Stallone played.
Now, you know, I have to admit, I had never actually saw this movie. I've seen most of Stallone's movies, but I've not seen this one.
I don't know why they don't show this movie, but this movie is a it's his best movie. It's one of my favorite all-time movies, if not my favorite.
So did this movie come out before the Rocky series?
I don't know. I don't even know when the Rockies came out. Yeah, he does.
He looks pretty young in this film.
I don't know, yeah. I guess he is getting older looking now, a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's going to happen to everybody, but I
Yeah.
mean, he looks relatively young in this, so I'm wondering if this came out before the Rocky series.
I don't know, but I think it was this guy, Frankie the Thumper, the guy that plays Frankie the Thumper. I think I saw him get interviewed
Oh, okay.
on TV. It wasn't Sylvester Stallone, I think, like I said last time. By the way, we're redoing this show because the audio didn't get turned on.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why
I would have mentioned that, but since you mentioned the TV, yeah, well,
from the last show.
I think this taping is going to be better than last week anyway.
I don't know.
In a lot of ways.
I think they're all good.
Yeah.
But these backdrops are just really beautiful. I really like the backdrops that you have on your show.
Yeah, well, like I said, shared with you, and I'll tell the TV audience, when we lost Chuck Barris, the guy that hosted the original Gong Show,
Yeah.
Emmett and I put ourselves on the Gong Show,
Yeah.
and that's how this whole thing started.
Yeah.
As far as putting Asaph Cafe on these backdrops, we put ourselves on backdrop of television shows and movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ever since the Gong Show. Like I Dream of Jeannie, you saw that one. We put ourselves on I
Yes,
Dream
I was
of
on
Jeannie.
that one. I was
Yeah,
sitting right
that's
there.
right. And what was the other one?
That was a really beautiful set.
Yeah, we had the real Barbara Eden. That was the real Barbara Eden, the actress on there.
Yeah.
And then we put ourselves in the Batcave with Adam West.
Adam West.
We put ourselves in the Starship Enterprise, both the one with William Shatner and the other one with Captain Picard, the Next Generation. We put ourselves in the bridge of that ship, and oh gosh, just other TV shows and musicians too, like Gordon Lightfoot, Bob Dylan. We put ourselves on a Bob Dylan concert.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have to show that to you sometime.
Oh yeah. Is it on the internet? On MCAT internet?
Yeah, it
I'd like
should
to
be.
try to find that. See if I can
Yeah,
find it.
I don't have my files on me, but I can look it up when we're done taping this. Yeah, we put ourselves in a backdrop of all kind of concerts and stuff, and it's a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good
So
idea.
now we're on
It's really
the
simple.
Paradise Alley. Yeah, this is the latest cafe. We're on Paradise Alley. You can see Sylvester Stallone on the left of your screen there. So
Yes.
that's pretty cool.
This guy, the Frankie the Thumper, he's the main guy that wrestles. He has to. His little big brother has to wrestle Frankie the Thumper at the end.
So is Stallone's character? Is he the middle brother or older
Yes,
brother?
he is the middle
He's
brother. Yes, sir. The coroner, who's I think he's a much slighter guy. He was a veteran in a war. He got wounded, and so he walks around with a cane.
Okay.
And his little big brother always wants him to play that guy, you know, that twirls his cane around. Remember that guy? And because his little brother is kind of, you know, he's a younger guy and he's kind of touched, you know. Anyway, but this guy here now, Frankie the Thumper. I think I saw him on TV, and he was saying that what they did is they brought unless it was Stone, but they brought all these wrestlers, real wrestlers.
Well, they probably had to have that for the part in that film.
Well,
too.
yeah, and
so that would make sense to bring the wrestlers in because they're physically big.
They were getting, beat up, bloody, bruised, because they had to really, really, really work hard to make these scenes. And so I thought that was really cool that they did that. And they do these scenes like flying through the air and everything in slow motion, and then they go back to fast speed. And what was weird about this this speakeasy was up on the roof. Yeah. They never showed it, but all of a sudden it started raining. It was raining in this speakeasy. Yeah. So it kind of makes it a fantasy there too. Okay. And they're wrestling and they're landing in the water. Well, these guys are slow motion of all the water spewing up all over the place.
Well, they're trained athletes, so they're conditioned to be able to take those falls and things like that when they do those scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, they really did good. It's really good. The actors were really good, and it was really cool that they could get this guy that played Frank the Thumper to do acting. I don't know if he's a professional. A lot of sports athletes are professional actors too. Yeah. But so he did really good, and then all those other, except for Old Glory, the first wrestler that his little brother beat. Everybody else is just just wrestlers, but Frank the Thumper and Old Glory, they become the main characters in this movie. Okay. In fact, Sylvester Stallone, he takes not Frankie the Thumper, but Old Glory. He takes him out for Christmas. They're partying. He goes down because the poor man's living in the basement of this speakeasy. Okay. And it's like really bad down there. It's like dripping water, rats running around, respectfully speaking. But he's just got a little mattress, cot or whatever in the corner. He can sit on it. So it must be a cot, I think. Yeah. But so him and Old Glory go out for the night, and they're drunk, and then they go up to this guy's this bar. Right. And they drive right in the bar with the ice truck. and then Old Glory, man, he takes out his pants, he's got his long johns on and everything, like people wore back in the days, right? I still wear them. And he moons them. He's like, It is so funny, man. And they took off running, got out in their truck, and they took off. Well, Old Glory, he was a sad person. He was getting ripped off by whoever the hell was running this speakeasy. Okay. So he was really happy. Right. Because, Cosmo made him happy. Right? Because they were partying and they were drinking. And so he goes, well, I'm gonna kill myself. And Cosmo's going, what? What are you gonna do? Yeah. He says, you're not serious, man. So anyway, to make a long story short, in this scene, Old Glory jumps off the pier, and he doesn't even land in the water. He lands in a big, gigantic garbage thing. He's like mumbling, he's like, I can't even kill myself, man. Gosh, I was looking down there like, oh, man. Yeah. But that funny part ends real quick because he jumps off. He jumps out of the garbage. And he supposedly, according to the story, he dies.
Oh, did he die in the film? He died in the film?
Yes, sir. He drowned himself. Oh, because he was happy. He says, no, I'm going to kill myself because I'm happy. He says, when I'm not happy, I want to hurt people. Right. But I'm happy, so I want to kill myself. And Cosmo's like trying to figure this out, And they do really good acting and everything because of that. But
I'm surprised I've never seen this movie before.
Well, that's one reason. It's one of my favorite movies, but I've noticed they never show it on TV hardly ever, if ever. I don't know that it's ever been shown on TV, and I don't know how I was able to finally get this video, but I did. Yeah.
Well, you could probably get it on Amazon, I would imagine, or
well, this is years ago that I got this movie, and I was able to watch it.
I see.
I don't know what happened. I must have watched this talk show, and they showed these guys as wrestlers doing all this stuff, and I'm thinking, I want to get that movie. It took me a long time before I even got into figuring out how to get a movie. Yeah. And anyway, I wrote to whoever, I did whatever, I don't remember what, and I finally got the movie. and I had that movie for a long time.
Excellent.
And this is it. This is Paradise Alley. So
you have any other movies at home in your collection? Do you collect movies? Because I collect them.
I don't have any movies now except To Mom from Frank.
Okay.
That's me going through the trash here in Missoula years ago when Barack Obama was running for president the first time. Because I remember I took a picture of this guy.
Right.
And I didn't know who he was, right? I'm just out here doing movies for my mom, taking stills and then
Well, your mom, speaking of your mom, yeah, she's going to be able to see this taping too when
Well,
we're done.
no, she died about, I don't know how long
that.
ago. But she got to see that movie.
Okay.
And that was really good. I put the bedding I made, like this is bedding here that you got playing, because I'm not, a consummate pianist or whatever.
Well,
like
you got the automatic sound on, so
yeah,
that's
this is really good.
Yeah, it fits in this time period.
But
actually.
what sucks about that other movie was, it's a really good movie, and it's really a tearjerker at the end. But I put Patsy Cline, I put an album of hers in.
Okay.
I put Waylon Jennings in, Don McLean.
I
Don
remember
McLean
him.
starts the movie.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got me fading in. These
Okay.
weird pictures I took at Burger King one time, down here looking at myself in the mirror. And then I just messed with the lighting on the picture so that it would make it look getting lighter and lighter, so my face would sort of show up, even though it doesn't. And while those pictures are slowly going from one to another, fading in, Don
Right.
McLean's not Paradise Alley, but well, anyway, that song about Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and the Big
I think
Bopper
it's the
when
day
they
the
had plane
music
crash.
died or something. I
Yes,
think was
sir.
the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the day the music died,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. Well, I intro the whole thing with Don McLean singing that song.
I think the song is called American Pie.
American Pie, yeah.
I think it's
I
the
think
name
that was
of
the name of the airplane.
Yeah.
Well, so I opened up with that, and then I went from different ones. I got Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Okay.
All these different people. Waylon Jennings, I got a whole album of his, and Patsy Cline's, and then the other ones I just got bits and pieces. But so those aren't my songs,
Okay.
and copyright says we just now got to 1924 that you can use these productions for your movies.
Yeah.
Right? They finally lost copyright. Even Donald Trump, our President Donald Trump, is going. All these crazy rules. That you're doing. That you're stagnating our country.
Yeah.
You're freezing it up with all these rules for every law you pass. You got to get rid of 3 of them, right? Well, one of them is the copyright law that they passed. Who knows how long ago, 10, 20 years ago, I don't know, where it's like virtually impossible to use for bedding. Like you're using this piano for me to go along with the show. So I made this movie and I got it here. I can bring it in and maybe you could show it on your MCAP because it's non-profit.
Yeah, you probably have to talk to Joel about
You
that
can
and make
get
sure.
around. Well, if he wants to, you can get around these copyright laws if it's for a non-profit.
Right.
This is a non-profit.
Yeah.
So I could probably show it on here, but I never have showed it to anybody but my mom.
Right.
So, and that's who it was made for. I didn't make it to make money. I didn't know it would turn out so well.
But talking about copyright, the problem is when you put live music, not this piano, but like we've had recordings on this show, like on tape recorders and things, and it gets blocked on the computer. Copyright issues,
Oh, it does.
Yeah, so as long as it's like a still picture like here instead of a moving picture,
Well,
or
yes.
like if I'm physically playing a song, there's no copyright issue. But if we take like a Bob Dylan song or something on a tape recorder or something, it might get blocked.
Well, I know, and I thought that. I'm
I'm talking about their music. Yeah.
I heard you and Joel talking one time, unless it was Scott, about copyright in these different pictures.
Yeah.
But they got, and you can go check it out. I think it's still there. You go in the public library over at the college. That's a public library. A lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
And you go in the front door, take a left, and then on that first entryway, to go to the elevators, you just go right and keep going in that back area there where they got offices and different things. And they got a whole thing on copyright. That's how I just went and saw it. That's how I learned
It's
about.
really sensitive, these copyright.
Well, it's said in there. I read these deals. It's said in there if it's for a non-profit, they lean to the side of the producer, the person that's using the copyrighted material. If it's for a non-profit, like this is for a non-profit because community access television is non-profit.
That's correct.
So yeah, I don't know if you could show that on their.
Well, I know if we
TV
hadn't made
station or
that
not.
blunder last week, we would have. When I posted it last week, before I realized there was no sound, it went through perfectly fine.
What do you mean?
The show we taped last week.
Yeah.
the images, the whole video went through instantly.
You mean on your computer, the MCAT computer deal?
Yeah, and the YouTube thing and
YouTube,
my channel, everything.
On your deal?
Yeah, it's just there was no sound. So this taping that we're doing right now at this moment, February 11, I'm sorry, 12, it'll go right through.
Really?
Yeah, it should. It only takes like about 5 minutes once we're done taping.
Oh, that's good.
And then you'll be able to take the link, highlight the link, and put it into your page or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, my page, I got a page. Finally.
Yeah, you just go to YouTube and you highlight the link on YouTube, and you can use it and put it on whatever you want to post it on.
Yeah, I'll do that probably in the future.
Yeah.
But for right now, I'm getting all my videos done, all my movies. I got 7 movies, 4 I'm working on here, 3 at MCAT, and then I got 18 promos.
Oh, okay.
And I want to put all those up so that people will see it a lot. And then I want to put these up that you're having me on. Remember you had me on Emmett? You and me and Emmett were on.
Yeah, I can look that up.
And
as
then
soon
the other
as,
day, I want to put those on too.
Okay.
Once I do it, but I got my YouTube channel. I got it blocked, so that people can't just go to my channel while I don't have anything because I'm still working on the movies.
Well, this episode we're doing here will take the place of the one we did last week, and you just feel free to use it because there's sound and everything. It wouldn't make any sense to use a video with no sound anyway.
No.
And I deleted it.
Doing what I do with my hands.
Well, I deleted it.
I probably should learn not to do this. I don't know.
No, that's fine. I deleted it anyway, so no one will ever see it. But they'll see you on this episode, which is the same backdrop pretty much. So.
Yeah. The only thing is, we just don't see his little brother, and I.
Well,
think if
you know, like I was sharing with you, some of
maybe
these pictures they disappear over time too. You know.
I don't know, maybe this is the same picture because Scott's the only one Scott had on there, but I just thought that his little brother, which is behind his neck, was showing up more in that other picture.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, it's like if you own a show or something and you change it, then whoever else has it, it will automatically change anyway, no matter where it's at. Like, for example, if I make a change on this taping here in the future, when it was sent out in the past, that'll automatically change anyway. No matter where it goes, it changes automatically. Whoever has control of the original taping or whatever, if they make a change, and all the rest of them that were sent out changes automatically anyway.
You know what I was thinking?
They could have changed this photograph, whoever owns it here too, you know.
No, because Scott had it on. This is probably the same one. I swear. It must be. Because I remember my head, I moved my chair over here, so I would be more next to...
Well, you're not blocking still. I think you look great.
Like,
you're not,
right here by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
That's how it worked, but I swear, what's his name, behind Sylvester Stallone, that's his little brother. And he was showing up way more in the other picture, in the other one.
Well, I don't know what happened,
but we can look at the DVD you made for me, and I can see if this is the same picture. Because all I got to do is put it on the internet or on the computer on the DVD player.
Well, yeah, but like I said, you don't want to get it mixed up. It has absolutely no sound. The whole show, I checked it.
I know.
That's why I deleted it on YouTube when I realized that. Because I didn't want to have people put thumbs down for that mistake, especially if you're guest hosting it. So this one here, there's a full sound, and you'll probably get a bunch of thumbs up.
Yeah, and this is really nice.
And you look great hosting this show, and that background music fits this time period too.
And see my tie.
And you talked about your mustache last time, and your beard too.
Look at my right hand side. There's a reason for that, and I read it on would be my left side. I read it on the internet when I'm learning about green screens, and you see this we're getting around my body. It looks like it's photoshopped in. See that? And
no, that's real. Yeah, that's real. Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and I don't know. Your body looks.
Well, the lighting too. We were using different lighting than we did last week too. Those are factors. I'm talking about these.
That's pretty cool, huh? When I turn
lights,
this way, see that? See that halo I'm getting on the left side of my body? Is that cool, right here?
Well, I appreciate you guest hosting. I wanted to make it up to you for the blunder I made last week.
Well, you know, this is a good deal because I was thinking like, wow, how many faux pas did I make in that deal? You know, so...
hey, you're more prepared now, and you seem more relaxed this time, too, so that's good.
Yeah, because I was here last time, too.
Right.
Yeah, I'm used to this position instead of that, which I had done twice, and now I've done this one once.
Well, you're in an elite class because in the 5 years I've been doing this show, only a handful of people have ever guest hosted.
But
so you're in that class now.
I wanted to tell you about my tie. I found this tie.
Okay, it's a
And
nice
I'm
tie.
like, okay, I'm gonna have a tie.
Uh-huh.
So I picked up the tie, rolled it up and everything, and I'm like, well, whenever I need a tie, I'll have a tie. I keep it in my backpack over there.
There you
my
go.
backpack. And I got it in a little black bag because it was
Okay.
getting all wrinkled in there, so I made it nice and tight and tied up that black
Yeah.
bag so it's not all wrinkled anymore. It's pretty good, huh?
It looks fine.
And I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna be on Asaph's show again. I better look good this time.
Well, I
So
would have
I
done
got my
this. I
tie
would have
on.
done this taping sooner if I'd have got a hold of you. And Scott
Oh.
must have forgot to tell you that there was no sound. And we were gonna take this show tomorrow anyway, but we're doing it a day in advance. So hey,
By the way,
have at it.
this book here, it says Supermarket Pianist, and it's Asaph Adonai. That's him. And this, you can
L.O.V..
get his book on Amazon.
Yeah, you should.
Isn't that amazing? And they sell it at some store down here,
Yeah,
right?
Fact and Fiction, just right
Fact
around the
and
corner.
Fiction. Isn't
Yeah, they
that
got a bunch
amazing?
of copies
This
of it
is,
there.
I was looking through this. Oh, the Liberace of Missoula.
Yeah, that's just one
You
of
know?
the titles. I
Another
know.
Montana historical icon.
Yeah.
I used to do that show, the Montana Historical Icon Show. I'm telling you, we have Montana historical icons in this state.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't just nobodies here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at John Elway. I think he's from Missoula.
Yeah, I think so too.
When he was a kid, he would pick up rocks and throw them. You know how you do repetitive motion
yeah.
when you're a kid. And they had to keep hauling these rocks in his dad eventually because he kept taking the rocks out of the neighbors, I think, driveway, and he'd
Right.
throw them because he wanted to throw something. You know, he's a boy. And, you know, look at all the people. Jan Stenerud, he played football. He was a great kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And he's from Missoula too.
No,
I'll tell you another.
He went to college. He went to college at Montana State U. I don't in Bozeman, but I don't know if he's from here.
Here's Here's a piece of trivia for you. There's an old show from the past called Sky King. I don't know if you ever heard of it. An old black and white about a pilot. And I think they're all from Missoula too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
It's an old black and white show from the 50s
Uh-huh.
about this pilot. He's raising his daughter and on the show. It's a television series.
You know who else is from Montana?
And they're all
Or
from
who lives
Missoula.
In Great Falls.
Mm-hmm.
That lady named Wamba. Do you know her?
I don't think so.
Well, she's like, it's weird about us Americans, because we play football, you know, with the weird looking ball, so they can throw it, right?
Right.
Well, the world plays football too, but they play it with a round one and they kick it and they try to kick it in the net. And
Okay.
like, they never get it in the net, you know, until maybe once or twice a game, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Well, one of the greatest world icons in the whole planet in soccer is Wamba.
Okay.
And she lives in Great Falls, so she did.
Well,
when
you
I
know,
was-
David Letterman lives here in Montana too, you know.
He does too.
Yeah.
Well, Wamba, you know, she, I don't know how many gold medals she helped bring to America for soccer, but you know, it's like people in Montana, we don't even know who Miss whatever her name is. Her.
And Peter Fonda, the actor,
Almost.
I think, is also from Montana.
Yeah, well, they got a grave in Great Falls with a big statue of one of the actors that was from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how famous he was, but I don't remember what the name was.
Is Scott gonna join us? Let me check. You can just
Okay.
don't leave. Just make yourself at home. Let me check and see if he's gonna come.
Oh, okay.
This will still pick up my voice.
That's right. Now, see this here? This is the space shuttle.
Okay.
I did a little deal for the space shuttle one time,
Oh, okay.
and they got it cut out on this side. So you
Uh-huh.
can see inside the deal, and they got this arm here.
Well, we gotta
And this
talk about
arm-
why we got the space shuttle in
Well,
the
I don't even know.
1920s.
But the arm comes out of the space shuttle, and it I can't get it to bend. I don't want to break it. It takes satellites out of this bay here and
Right.
it puts them out in this outer space. That's
Okay.
what this arm in here is for. Just so you people know what we
Well, the real
have a
reason
space
why this
shuttle
space
here.
shuttle here is
because we
it
forgot,
takes
he forgot the
Well, no, I
the
didn't know.
candelabra.
I didn't know we were going to be taping today.
No.
And I didn't bring my candelabra, so we had to have something. So we got the space shuttle, even though it's not in the time period of this movie. I think it'll
Well,
be a great
you know what?
replacement.
That's what came to mind. I was thinking, because when I was in some class in film school, I think in Bozeman, they showed us these videos, right?
Right.
And there's like these guys that are great warriors for Rome or somebody like that, right? And they're gonna go fight the other great warriors somewhere else, right? And there's a Volkswagen driving down the way in the background. Here comes a Volkswagen. They didn't take it out.
Wow, time has really flown by. It's well over a half hour already we've been doing this. It just goes by so quickly.
It does.
Yeah.
But
this is fun.
Time does go by fast.
Yeah, especially when you're having fun.
Well, yeah. And another one they showed us where this guy's like wearing a Rolex watch. You know, and it might have been the same one, I don't know. But it was supposed to be way back, you know, in the Bible times or something. This guy's
wearing a Rolex,
take off his watch, and they didn't catch it. So, anyway, they showed us a bunch of weird things like that, you know, that you have to really, 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 really look for.
Right.
Otherwise, you really screw up your videos. But if they don't notice them, hey, who knows? If anybody else will notice them, but they do. Anyway, you want to keep me going? Cause
no, you can tell the television audience about a little bit about yourself if you'd like to.
Well,
like hobbies, you got any hobbies and stuff?
No.
Or just
right now,
or whatever you can think of to tell about yourself.
I'm not really doing anything right now because I'm working here, making my own videos, and my videos will probably be done within maybe about a year, I hope. I was hoping they'd be done by the time MCAT moved to the public library, this other one down here that they're building.
I think it's scheduled to open in July.
MCAT's moving to the public library, you guys. So just so you know, when you go to the library, you can go in here and you can talk to Scott and you can check out stuff. You know,
right.
They can have a big studio like this one. This is a big studio.
Oh, it'll probably be much bigger.
They said it was bigger.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, so and you're gonna be able to take like a card and just stick it in a slot, and a computer will come out, a laptop, and you can go walk around the library and use it. But the editing room will be like here, where you have Premiere and you have Final Cut Pro.
That's right.
You have the whole Adobe suite. So I'm still like here, so you can use Photoshop and all those things to put in your videos.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
just
going to be
a
really
step
good.
up.
Thanks,
yeah.
Mr. Engen. You did a good job on that one too. And by the way, thank you for the free buses. That was really good. We're the only town in the country that has free buses.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because I was spending almost $10 a week or more on buses. And it got to the point where it was just getting out of my budget range. Because I was writing that book at the time, I had to keep constantly going to the library. And I lived at the Matador at the time. I literally would walk all the way till I got to Lewis and Clark just to get on that free stop. That's how much it was costing me.
Yeah.
I had to, and that was a long walk. I had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but I'm glad we got these free buses now because it makes not only my life, but a lot of people's life more comfortable, getting around and stuff like that.
Well, it's not only getting around too, but let's say where I go out in Bonner, okay, that's like a 15-mile trip out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I was stuck out there, I couldn't get into town to come here to MCAT.
Of course not.
Right. Well, in the cities, what they've done is the prices are so high now. Like Denver, it's $95 just for a month, and you can only go in certain areas. Outside that area, you got to pay even more.
Yeah.
So, and Las Vegas is $65 for a month.
Wow.
So that adds up. If you don't have a job already and you got an interview across town, you can't pay the $5 for a round trip ticket.
Of course not.
You're stuck in your neighborhood. So, maybe somebody ought to do something about that. I don't know. But
yeah, the odds of finding a job in your neighborhood is pretty slim,
Oh, yeah. So, again, little things like that are really just making our country stagnant. People can't go out and just, okay, I'm going to go to this or I'm going to go get a job over here because I can take 2 buses. I can take the 5-mile, 10-mile, whatever. All I got to do is transfer.
Okay.
And I'll go to work and then I'll make it home and I'll go to sleep and I'll do it tomorrow and the next day, Monday through Friday. 4 hours, 8 hours, whatever a day. But now, people can't even go get a job because they can't afford the bus.
No kidding.
You know what they ought to do? And I've thought about this a long time. This is like for Donald Trump, our president. They take the wage that they got now, keep it the same. Okay, not a problem. and take all, and this is simplistic, but so then you want to maybe move it around a little bit, but then take the prices and move them back to the 70s. Okay?
Okay.
And what that will do, that'll make it so that people that have a job, they can go get an apartment, they can get a house, they can raise a family, they'll have a living wage again. They can go to Disneyland, Disney World, they can have 5 kids. All their kids' education can be paid for by their parents without going into debt. Yeah. All because they just manipulate the wage and the wage and the prices.
Right.
Back to what's called a living wage. And what I just quoted was what was used to be called the definition of a living wage. You have 5 kids, you have a wife, you have a house, you have a car. Back then it was a car, 1 car.
Yeah.
And you can go on a trip every year. No, you can have your little dental insurance or whatever you had to have, you know. But you could put money in the savings account, you know. But it's basically that's what it stated. That was the living wage, and all they had to do was make sure the prices were low and the pay was high enough. And these businessmen, for some reason, they don't have it figured out. They don't realize, you know, if you just lower those prices, you know, you're going to need more employees.
Yeah.
Who are going to make more money because more people are going to be buying yachts and cars and mobile homes and houses, and it would just make the economy flourish. But nobody seems to want to get together and do this overall in the whole country.
Right.
And other than that, I have no idea how they're going to fix this economy. Who the hell got us into, you know, $22 trillion of debt?
I don't know how to answer that.
How the hell do you do that?
That I don't know how to answer that.
It's like a miracle, you know, the negative miracle. Anyway,
so let the audience also know some more things about yourself while we've got time. We still got about 15 minutes left. Time is just going by real quick.
Well, basically, I drink coffee, and this is my drug of choice because coffee makes me feel good.
I drink coffee too.
And I get up in the morning, and I make it down to the college, 7 o'clock. I'm in the media room, you know. And I used to go down and go to the PAR TV building, and when the cops opened up that building, then I'd go in and go to the editing room. But they told me I couldn't do my own projects there anymore, so I just go elsewhere. And I've been using the library.
Yeah, you can do everything here.
And the other librarian told me about this place.
Yeah, that's the good advantage about this MCAT studio. You can get a lot of work done, production work, movie
these
work.
computers are souped up.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to be even better when they get into the new library too.
Well, I tell you what, I've been having so many problems with the college libraries, computers, and John Greer, he's the computer scientist guy. He's been working on it.
Yeah, I know him.
And today I worked on it. I got on the internet and got all these tutorials on how to free up RAM, because Neil, he's never even, you know, got a computer science year or anything. He just started a couple classes just to see what it was like, I guess. Yeah. In like, you know, prerequisites. And so, but he's the guy that people call him on the phone, and he tells them how to fix his computers. Plus, he helps people here, and he goes out in the field and does the videos for the kids' basketball games. I think right now at nighttime. Well, so I figured, ask Neil what to do, because the computers are like really slow.
Right.
He said, well, free up some RAM. So that's what I've been doing. I've been looking up on the tutorials on how to free my RAM, get me more RAM.
Well,
and
like I stated, when we get into the new library, I'm sure all these computers will be in top form.
These computers are so fast compared to the college.
They're going to be fast. Yeah, they're going to be a lot faster, I think, when we get into the new library.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have new furniture, everything. Everything's going to be new.
What's in it is Joe was saying that they actually have laws that you have to buy from certain companies for the library. They can't have these really nice, comfortable things that they want, no? Okay, they have to get, not that they aren't going to be comfortable, but they have to, I think they said theirs is going to cost $45,000 just for the furniture that they have to buy.
Yeah, well, I can understand that, because, you know, you got a brand new library, so you want everything to be new. You know, for starters.
Oh, sure you do.
And I'll be playing in the new library too. Yeah.
Now, are you gonna do the grand opening, you think?
Yeah, I already got invited for that.
Are they gonna keep? I know you're playing at this public library right now, right?
That's correct. I'm there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh.
I just started it as of last month. It's a new job for 2020. It's a new job for me anyway.
Yeah. Well,
so yeah, I'm playing there Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 11 till 3.
I went and saw you at the mall.
Yeah.
And then I tried to see you again because I used to go to Lucky's to get my milk because Lucky's milk it was like, inexpensive milk. I get a half gallon and, chug away, right? So I figured, okay, Asaph's probably playing, right? So I gotta go catch the bus anyway. So I go through the mall and I get to the big clock and there you are. Okay, well I'll go over there and read some monologues, to myself, so I can practice my monologues. And I couldn't get a seat. It was packed. The dang people kept coming to your deal.
Well, that's what you want as a pianist, but I'm really humbled though by that because you got to remember this is my 10th year.
Oh.
I've been playing at that mall for 10 years, and I've been playing at the Paddy Creek Market for 10 years also.
So, is that why this book's called Supermarket Pianist?
Yeah. If you open up the page 1 of the book, that's the Paddy Creek Market on the front.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Yeah, I've been playing at that store. Yeah, Jim Edwards and all the rest of the employees and staff there at the store, they've been really good to me over the years.
Man, how did you get this book in such a nice cover and everything?
That cover was designed. That cover was designed, and the lettering. Well, you won't see it on the screen.
Too bright a light.
You probably won't be able to see it, but that was picked through the lettering that I wanted.
Oh, lettering's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, they have like different lettering systems that you can choose. Like Roman Times lettering system and all the others.
You did it on the computer?
Well, no, when it was being put together, I chose that lettering system.
Oh, you hired somebody?
No, you can choose it on the computer when you're putting your stuff together. When you're first putting it together, they give you selection of what's the word?
Fonts.
The fonts, yeah. And I chose, I think it was, if I remember, accordion font or something was the name of it, if I recall. And that was the font that I chose for the titles in this book here.
Oh. Yeah.
And then the other one is the Roman Times, man, and I just put a slant on it. That's the only.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Instead of it being, if you look at it, instead of it being, the letters being straight, you can slant them.
But how did you get it into this book
format? Because when it was being published, all I had to do was choose the picture I wanted, and then the publishing company would put it together.
Oh.
That's how.
And they're the ones. What did you do? Just send them your paper? And
no, they had like the fonts. They had a selection of covers that you would want.
Oh.
Like glossy covers and things like that. They show you on the screen, which it doesn't show very well on the screen. Yeah. And you pick one, and then when they put the book together, and it comes out like this, that was the finished product.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's just quite the deal. I had no idea you could just get this done like this and sell it on Amazon and all.
Yeah, and of course, stores too,
Yeah. They buy them, or you just...
No, they probably buy them, the stores, I think. And they buy them, like, next to nothing, I think.
Oh. Yeah, from the publisher.
Yeah.
And then they sell it for profit.
Yeah, they get a little cut. I think for every book I sell, if I recall, they get like $4 for every book that I sell.
Really?
Something like that.
A publisher?
No, I'm talking about the store. The store. But everybody gets a piece of the pie, is the way to explain it.
I was thinking there's this new show. I don't know if you've even seen this one.
Okay.
But it's called Cirque du Freak. Have you seen that?
I never heard of it.
Oh,
is that on television?
Yes, sir. It was on TV.
CBS or NBC or?
I think it's HBO.
Oh, okay.
But it's about all these freaks. Remember the freak shows, or the side shows? They were called freak shows.
Yeah.
You had a big tent, and then you had the line of the semis, and you can go in one semi behind it, and there's a tent behind there, and you go in there. Anyway, but this was about these freaks.
Okay.
One person was so thin that their stomach area was thin. It was like about that thin. Another guy's really tall.
Okay.
Another guy was like a vampire, and he can move really fast. And anyway, they have to. Then there's this bad guy. He's trying to start a war with these two kids and everything. I was thinking, man, I want to look up on the internet Cirque du Freak in case I'm ever on your show again, and if I can find a deal where it would fit in like this fits in, and the other things that you've had fit in. Because if I could get all those people, like all these guys are, that'd be cool. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, if you may have some copyright issues if you use their images if it's a brand new show, though, too.
It's probably pretty new.
You got to remember, these backdrops that we have, these shows are at least 40, 50 years old. And it becomes public domain after so many years, you know, music and images and stuff. So if it's a brand new show like, oh goodness, like say the new Star Trek, for example, we might have a copyright issue if I were to use images from the new Star Trek.
Oh,
that's CBS.
Wasn't that terrible? Because
Discovery, Star Trek
that new
Discovery.
Star Trek with all those new actors.
Yeah.
One of them already died.
I heard about that.
And he was such a good one. And all those people, I wonder if they were the kids of the original cast, because I have a habit where I go, I'm going to look at these kids coming up, and I want to try to figure out which one looks like their mother or dad from the past.
Wow, we got 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
This is going by so quickly.
Anyway, and so I was just thinking that whatever it was I was talking about, the actors and actresses.
Yeah, if wondering if they're the
who's
younger generation of the
yeah,
children
what
of the,
other generation, you know, because that's their profession. You
Right.
follow in your parents', you know, profession, and that's just what the nature.
Yeah, that's what they say. Not every child
Not everyone,
follows
no.
in their parents' profession.
Like
I think parents ought to let the child decide. You know, because I wrote about that in this book. It's funny you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents, they have their children and they want to mold their kids into their image. They don't realize that kid may grow up and have a different interest.
I remember last time we were talking about, I was talking about Dr. Zhivago.
Yeah.
Or some Russian guy that wrote a book about acting, and he's really great. You know, I was thinking, why don't they, you know, do these? Why does Russia not like all the arts like we do? Because they have people that deliberately say our words in Russian, and then they sell the videos to their people underground. I guess I don't know.
Well, you know, you got to remember. I once shared with you. I lived overseas when I was a kid, and so their customs are just different.
Well, that Dr. Zhivago, like that was done, and Russia says, no, we don't want you to do this movie in Russia.
Yeah.
So they made all these props and they did all this, you know, whatever for the wars and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking, well, that's kind of crazy, because that's a chick flick, and it turned out good. But the thing is about how your blood transfers. And then there was it was a story that the bookends were this lady, she died or whatever, and she left a ukulele, I think it was, and they're saying, okay, you can play the ukulele, or maybe she was alive, but he's going, no, I can't play the ukulele.
Okay.
So anyway, eventually they have a daughter. Nobody knows who she is eventually until the end of the show, and you see this girl come in. And to make a long story short, she's telling this guy on the cops that's guarding this dam or some place where they work that, you know, she can play the ukulele, and her boyfriend's going, yeah, she plays it like she never even learned it, but she just can play it.
Right.
And that guy on the cops, he's going, aha, that is the blood of my brother who was Dr. Zhivago. And that's how the story ended.
Okay.
And it was a great movie. It was really good. They had you know, it was a long, have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I did. It's been so many years, I'd have to get re-familiar with it.
I don't know if I can, I see if I can memorize this, quote this monologue I did from Dr. Zhivago. And it goes something like this. There goes those moronic humans again playing war. Ow! Ow! Hey, quit shooting me. I'm a tree, idiot. Ow! Each other. You idiots! They're all over the place. Ow! How can you miss?
Yeah.
I'm gonna weigh a ton before this war is over. You already do. Well, 2 tons then. And you 3, Grandpa. Yes, I remember 3 wars vividly. Always the same. Shoot, throw, and stab. Got caught by a bayonet right here, grandson. Wow, when was that? That was the big one to end them all. Wow, ow! But they never stop until they become trees like us.
Well,
and that is the poem that I got from watching that Dr. Zhivago show. Because they were having a war, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think it was in the intermission, they showed all these trees and everything, and I'm thinking, you know, that's what, you know, these guys are running around acting crazy. And you know, I just started writing. That was just the spirit of that scene that I got. And I memorized that, I don't know how many months ago, but I'm almost done with this album. So it was lucky that I could even remember this one. And I only got like 10 more monologues to memorize, and
Right.
then I'll have 6 hours done.
Well, you got any final words? We're out of time. It just went by so quick.
What you're gonna play where now?
All right, I'm playing at the library Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 11 till 3 right now.
Oh, 11 till 3.
That's correct.
Okay.
That was set up by the library, so that's my first official piano job for 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then I'm not doing anything. I'm just
What
here
you're doing,
hanging
you're
out
doing-
with Asaph. On
You're
his show.
hosting this show here, so this will hopefully just help you on your resume too.
Yeah, if I need a resume, if I don't get rich from all my movies, then I guess I'd have to
Well,
have a resume.
this is an experience.
and,
That's the fun thing about MCAT is
you know.
every time you get in front of a camera, no matter whose show it is, that's experience.
Yeah.
So now, and you're one of the rare few that's ever hosted this show,
Yeah.
as I stated.
Yeah.
I think there's only been
And
4 people that have hosted this show
Yeah.
in 5 years.
Do you realize how hot it is under
Oh,
here?
I enjoy it. Yeah, I know, but we're out of time. We're done now anyway.
We might as well pretend like we're in, somewhere like I don't know, down south.
Well, I
Pascagoula,
wanted to say, you
Mississippi or something.
ever want to host this show again? You're more than welcome. We get there's plenty of movies and backdrops, cartoons, everything.
But you notice how my,
Yeah. You
how
look
my-
great.
There's this is, you're supposed to put like powder somewhere.
Oh,
aren't you?
I wouldn't
So
worry
it
about that. You
doesn't
look
glow?
fine. You look fine.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Okay.
sign out of here before I'll let you do the final sign out.
Okay.
This is Asaph Cafe, and we got our guest host here, Frank, our guest host, and
Yes.
you
And
got
my
any
stage
final?
name is Zachary Ryan. So,
Yeah.
what-
Zachary Ryan. Okay.
Yes, my producer name is my regular name.
Okay. You got any final words, and then we'll just sign out.
Well,
'Cause we're out of
I know,
time.
I know one thing that Asaph says. He goes, Maranatha.
No, it's Maranatha. Yeah.
Oh, Maranatha.
Yeah. We say till our next show.
Bye.
Take it away.
Bye.
Okay, just
bye,
have a just
bye, Sylvester Stallone and
Yeah.
Rat and Frankie the Thumper. And
now
everyone.
don't move until I shut everything down. Just make yourself at home. I'm gonna go
Okay.
out. I'm gonna exit this way instead of cut in front of the camera.
Okay.
So thanks for guest hosting. It was fun and it went by very quickly.
Okay.